live. So a little bit different setting for me this week. Hopefully the echo isn't too awful, but at any rate, we are back for another RacerX. Today is obviously not RacerX Wednesday, which is my typical thing. So my last two lives have been a little bit weird. Right before SEMA, I believe it was on a Sunday, and then tonight is a Thursday. But since we have a hurricane outside, I figured let's go ahead and do a live. So my walls look pretty white. You see my fish behind me right there. So we're going to do things a little different. Do me a big favor, guys, as you jump into the live tonight. I have a lot to talk to you guys about. Tonight is all about unpacking what happened at SEMA. And I have a lot to tell you guys about SEMA, a lot of different content that I want to bring to you guys. But do me a big favor. Let me know. Go ahead and chime into the live here. There we go. Now I got some comments coming in. Let me know that you're here. I want to say hi to everybody. I want tonight's live to be really interactive. And like I said, I just had some things I wanted to share with you guys about SEMA, about my conversations with Dodge and Direct Connection while I was up there. I know a lot of you guys had questions. Well, I figured let's go ahead while everything's kind of still fresh in my mind and talk about what happened at SEMA last week. And I can tell you guys all the stuff that I know. So I hopefully answer a bunch of you guys' questions, talk about some upcoming content tonight. If you're just now catching the live and you didn't catch it while it was live, so to speak, thank you for tuning in. No problem, we will catch you on the next one. But tonight, we should have a lot of fun. We've already got almost 40 people in the live. And everybody hit thumbs up on your way in and we will get going. So give me 1 second to bring it up here on my computer screen. So this is actually my office. Normally I'm doing this from my living room. So we're gonna make a change. And I've actually got some signage I ordered for my office to make it a little more appealing during the lives and stuff like that. So once we get settled in officially here in Florida, it should be good. But yeah, we've had a hurricane over the past like 24 hours here again in Florida, which, I mean, what do you do, right? And as a matter of fact, it's the first hurricane to hit the Tampa area in November in like 36 years, actually anywhere on the US, not just Tampa, anywhere in the US. That's the first hurricane to hit the US mainland in 36 years in the month of November, which is kind of crazy to think about. So anyway, let's see here. All right, guys, give me 1 second. Let me pull this up here. My computer is pulling up your comments so I can see who we have in the house. I want to say hi to some people. And then I want to talk to you guys about SEMA. I've been loading a lot more stuff on Instagram. So before we get too far into it, I posted something in my last video about this. It is really weird, but Instagram has always been a source of a little bit of frustration for me. I feel like the platform itself rewards the wrong things. We'll put it that way. Unfortunately, just posting to Instagram doesn't really help it doesn't help you grow at all, really. I mean, they say Reels do, I don't know, whatever, but I have 160,000 something people that follow me on, or that are subscribers to my channel, my YouTube channel. I'm growing almost every day. And then of course on Instagram, I have like 6,000 people that follow me. It is really weird. So if you guys don't follow me and you're watching the live, go check me out, RacerX Official. And definitely give me a follow on Instagram. So I give you guys a lot of previews. My lives, I do it, but I also give previews to my upcoming content on my Instagram and some other fun stuff too, some fun pictures and stuff that I can't always share with you guys in videos. So let me pull up who we got in the house. There's my man Sovereign Knight, as always. Not you, as well as in the house. So I got some moderators in. Thank you guys once again, my moderators, for the things that you guys do to make these lives a big success and to support the channel. So I want to give a shout out to those guys. You guys know who you guys are. You guys talk to me all the time. So thank you very much for what you guys do. Man, I've got all these notes over here that I wrote prior to our live tonight about just everything that happened at the SEMA show. I met some of you guys out there. I was in the MagnaFlow booth every day while I was there. I did get to meet OC Motivator while I was out there. If you haven't seen one of his latest videos, go check that out. We're in a collab briefly together in his, I think it's a video about the 6 special edition cars. I was one of the first YouTubers to actually get a video out about those. And I had a very unique video that I put out. It's doing really well about the engines from Direct Connection and basically the president. I need a mic. Yes. Well, I've tried the mic thing. So hopefully, you guys getting a lot of feedback with my audio. This house, there's something about the audio in here, so I'll see what I can do on that. But at any rate, it was cool to get a yeah, there it is. Sovereign Knight put the link to this video up there. But I actually got the president of Direct Connection to do a video with me. His name is Chad, and he walked us through each and every one of the offerings that they have for 2023. 4 different engines from the Elephant. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought, but the Elephant engine. 4 different trims of that coming out. 2 iron block and then 2 aluminum block Elephants. They're all going to be available basically starting in like Q2 of 2023. So that's pretty exciting because they haven't produced any Elephants in a long time. And now they're going to start putting them out. Yeah, I know it's kind of a specialized thing, but it's still cool to think about. A 1,500 horsepower monster they showed us. And then, of course, the Hurricane engine, which is sort of convenient considering what's going on right now. But the Hurricane engine, obviously inline, twin turbo, 6-cylinder. And I'm actually kind of excited about that engine if they actually stick it in a production car, which we talked to Dodge about. So we'll go on to some of that. So let me jump into some of the comments here, see who I've got in the building tonight. I want tonight to be a really interactive session with you guys. And I want it to be fun like always. And I'll do what I normally do, guys. I'll try and get as many comments as I can tonight. Obviously, I'll try and answer the super chats right away as they come in. And we'll just have a good time with it tonight. But yeah, definitely give me a thumbs up. Hopefully we can get to maybe 150 or something tonight. We've been doing better with that. So who else do we got in here? Green Rush. Let's see here. Who else? Sovereign Knight, mod on the job. I love it. Darth Bane in the house saying good evening. Mopar team saying, how was it? SEMA was good. We'll talk about that here in just a second. Michael, he actually made it to a live. Can't believe it. Good to see you in the house tonight. Let's see. Robert saying hello. Adler saying hello, RacerX. Good to see you in tonight as well. Stephen Byers from Australia, all the way from around the planet. How cool is that? What time is it there? I'm curious. It's got to be like really early in the morning there, I'm thinking. At any rate, let us know. Let's see, Mopar team, was it where them to go down? Dylan's in the house. Let's see here. Who else? Julie's in the house saying, hey, it's a 50-year-old Girl Scout shaker manual. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see here. Sovereign Knights in, here we go. My man, Not You in the house. We got a good group in tonight, guys. Big Nordy, the RV guy with the thumbs up. I like that one. He says, damn, another hurricane. Yes, that's Dylan said that. Let's see, who else do we got in the house here? Bon 1286. What's up, RacerX? Good to see you in the live tonight. Oh, who else do we got in here? Thanks for the info. Just ordered my first Hellcat, says Big Nordy, the RV guy. Well, congratulations. Hopefully they get it built relatively early in 2023 for you. Be patient with it, and you'll be really happy when it finally does show up. So great news there. Who else do we have? I'm kind of jumping around. My man James Photo is in from New York. Good to see him in tonight as well. Let's jump down. Let's see here. Sovereign Knight is saying I got to meet Bill Goldberg. I got to meet a lot of neat people. We'll actually talk about that here in just a minute. Let's see here. It's a lot of echo. Maybe try some Taos. Guys, I've tried that. It's just, this house has all hard surfaces everywhere. So what I'm going to try to do here soon is I'm going to try and get a mic that plugs into because I film everything with my iPhone. A lot of you guys know that. It's kind of strange. A lot of people spend thousands and thousands of dollars on cameras and stuff. They really help that much. I'm going to try and get probably a new iPhone, a 14 pretty soon. So you guys may see a difference in video quality from me. But I've always just used an Osmo to stabilize, and then just my phone, and it seems to work really well for me. But I do have an issue with sound sometimes when it comes to wind, and then of course in my house I get this really weird echo. So I'm sorry about that, guys. I will see what I can do about ordering something that plugs directly into the phone. I know they make something like that. I've tried different things in the past, guys, and there's a lot of pops and crackles and stuff. Drag Times actually gave me an idea on like a lapel mic. It's like $400, but I guess, you know, when you have a bunch of really high horsepower cars in your garage, like $2 million worth of cars in your garage, $400 on a mic isn't that big a deal. But I'll see what I can do on it. Anyway, I appreciate the feedback. Let's see here. Who else is in the building? James Photos. It's good to see him in tonight. Let's see here. Hellraising Hemi with a thumbs up. Sherry saying Keller, Texas. Good to see you in Sherry. Let's see here. Homero saying, I'm going to pull this a little closer for you guys. Let's see, I'd like to see you Sunday the 20th in Bradenton. I might be able to make that. We'll have to wait and see. Send me something on Instagram. Let me know what's going on out there. I've had a lot of people send me stuff on different meets and all that kind of stuff. Buy an Android, says Aaron. Sounds like something Aaron would say, but at any rate, guys, yeah, let me know about the events coming up, guys. I'll try and make some when I can. Obviously, weather right now is all over the place, so we'll just have to wait and see. Let's see here. Seahawk 12 saying, hey, RacerX. Let's see. Steven said, okay, so Steven says it's 1:07 p.m. in Australia. Okay, so that's not bad at all. All right, I was thinking it might be kind of weird. Let's see. Hey, from Denver says Seahawk 12. Jonathan saying, do you happen to get over to the Jeep area? I did. See, there's a rumor going around that the Jeep community, that they will start putting the Hurricane engine into the Wranglers. Any truth to that? I've also heard that, but I don't know if it's true or not. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. That's an interesting topic. Maybe that's something I need to research more. But you know what? It's all speculation and rumor until we actually get confirmation from the guys themselves. Because the rumor mill is brutal right now. It's just so incredible, all the rumors circulating. A lot of people are actually surmising that Dodge says the V8s aren't really going to go away because they said L cars and they're taking a play on words and all that kind of stuff. And everything that I've heard, guys, is it's the same thing I've been telling you guys all along, that 2023 is it. Now, as I did mention, the Hurricane engine, I'm optimistic about that. I put a video out about it, and I can talk a little bit about it tonight as well. But I would hate to know in 2024. I talked to Direct Connection earlier today about this very thing. We see all this stuff for 2023, but for 2024, besides the electric Banshee, what else is Dodge going to have for us? And they have to have some other stuff for us that they're not telling us. That's the truth of it. They can't just give us an electric Banshee and nothing else. They've given us nothing on the Challenger. We don't really know much at all. We don't really know anything about the Chrysler 300. Is it really going to go away in 2024? I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there that I'm just up in the air about. And I would love to interview Tim Kaniskis and ask him a lot of the questions that you guys want to know. I sent Dodge a long email earlier today about some of the things that I'm curious about, what I would like to know, and maybe some ways that I could put some more information out about the brand. I can't go into any more detail about that, guys. But I did send out a very lengthy email to Dodge that they actually asked me to send. Some of the representatives, not all of them, but a few of them asked me to send out a kind of a request. I typed it up. I spent a lot of time on it, sent it out. We'll see what we get back on that. So anyway, I'm hopeful that Dodge will answer the call here, and maybe it won't be like a Chevy situation. And Dodge will actually, maybe I can work with Dodge to some degree in the future as well. So we'll just have to wait and see. I don't want to put too much out there. I don't want to read into it too much. So we'll wait and see. But it's been cool that Dodge was at SEMA when we had all the other manufacturers pull out. That really, really sucked. So let me jump down to a few more things here. My man Matty SRT jumping in. It's good to see him in tonight as well. Let's see, starting GoFundMe for RacerX to get some sound deadening foam. Yeah, no, I'm not going to cover my whole office in sound deadening foam anyway, but if I can get something for my iPhone to go around it. If you guys know of something, I have tried lots of stuff, but it's way worse here than it was when I lived in Dallas. It's just the way this house is. It's all hard surfaces in this house, so the sound just bounces everywhere. And who knows, maybe if I get an iPhone 14, which I'm thinking about doing, maybe that'll help, but I doubt it. But maybe there's something I can get on there. Anyway, it is what it is. Tonight we're still going to have fun on the live, and appreciate you guys chiming in. Do hit thumbs up for me, guys, as you jump into the live, and we'll make it a good one. So let's see, Carrie Block with the thumbs up. I'm going to see who else I've missed here. Hellcat Durango says Easy 2 XLR8. So a lot to digest there. With a question mark. The Hellcat Durango was, let's see, did they have that at the SEMA show? I'm trying to think. I think they did, actually. I think they had the Hellcat Durango there, but it looked a little different when I saw it. They did. They had the Hellcat Durango there. I didn't cover it in my videos, but we've already seen it. And then, of course, they're just going to make it again for 2023, and that's going to be the end of that. Let me see. Sherry says, try to reorder my jailbreak that got canceled, but the price hiked another 25 grand. That's another thing that I'm seeing is the prices from the manufacturers continue to go up. And one other thing I want to mention to you guys now, I guess this just jogged a lot of things in my head, but one thing that somebody pointed out to me, sent me a message, so I started looking into this. You guys know I've been very outspoken about dealer markup, about how I think it's wrong. I've got that petition out there on change.org. And you know, I've already been speaking with the Federal Trade Commission, all that kind of stuff, and we're starting to see some things change. It's going to be slow. It's going to be tough. The dealer model has existed for a really long time, but we're starting to see some things. So on all the websites now, and I never noticed this before, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong. Have you ever noticed this before? You're starting to see these little asterisks down below where they list the price. And I remember them, sometimes they have like little clauses in there that aren't real descriptive, but they have all of the, at least the big three, they have all gone and put something in like a little caption in the bottom below the price that said, this does not, I'd have to figure out exactly how it's worded, but essentially what it says is, this does not constitute an actual price, see actual price, see dealer for actual price is basically what it's saying. So it's sort of their way out of saying, oh, here's our sticker, but then our dealers don't have to abide by what we're putting on here. It's just a catch-all clause is what it is, and it sucks, but I hadn't noticed it, at least to that degree when I started researching that. Now I mean, maybe it's always been there, or maybe I just recently noticed it, but I never really noticed them calling it out so specifically that, hey, look, this does not constitute an actual price. We're putting this price on here for essentially no reason whatsoever, and you can't have it for that price is essentially what that clause means. Because the dealerships, most of them refuse to sell it to you for that. So anyway, I digress, but I did notice that. So something interesting to think about there. I'm going to go down in just a little bit. I know I missed some comments here, guys, but I just want to jump into maybe some other people I have not seen. Sherry says she signed the petition. I'm glad to see that. Gary Playas said I haven't seen that. Yes, go check it out. You can see it right on Dodge's website now. I never noticed Dodge putting that on there, so apparently at least they're paying attention. And they know that people are pissed off about it. Now, what they're going to do about it, completely different story. So we'll wait and see. So let me see here. DJ R saying great content. I appreciate that. He said, come on with it. I like that one different. He says, audio is all right. There are microphones for cleaner audio, as you probably know. Yes, I do know. I'll continue to try and do some research on it. I have tried several in the past, guys, and they just have not worked. The popping and all the stuff they were doing, I just like threw them out the window. And so, well, it is what it is. But we'll keep trying. We'll keep going for a different sound on that. We'll make it happen. Let's see here. What does Liam say? He says, the Harman Kardon sound system worth the money. I don't have it in my wide body Scat Pack. I just recently ordered the 2023 Jailbreak and kept the Alpine because I wasn't sure. So you know what? That's a really good question. I've had that question a lot on my Instagram. Okay, so it depends on who you ask. If you're a sound guy, then yeah, maybe it is. But the Harman Kardon is heavier. So for somebody like me, who's a hardcore, like just old school, like drag racer, somebody who likes fast, but you know, I'll tell you what, my sound system is the one coming out the tailpipes. That's my favorite part of driving a performance car. So would I pick now in my Hellcat, I did have a Harman Kardon. It came with it. It is what it is. But I wouldn't go out and spend extra money on that because most of the time, I don't care. I don't care about the bass. I don't care. I want to listen to the car. And if I'm playing the radio, fine, but it doesn't have to be this elite, like major sound. That's the way I feel about it. I wouldn't go out and spend the money on it, but that's completely up to you. I may have some other folks that are on the live tonight that would say, look, no, RacerX is on crack and it's worth it. It just depends on who you ask. Like I said, personally, I am all about the sound coming out of the back of the car, the driving experience, and you know, once in a while, if I want to listen to the radio, the Alpine is more than adequate for somebody like me. So at any rate, that is where we are at. There's our man OC Motivator chiming in. Let's see here. Let me see who else we've got. Look, James Photos, it says, Wes, nice to see you and OC Motivator finally meet. Yes, we most definitely did. Speaking of OC, he just chimed in there. World of knowledge between the two of you. Yes, we've been trying to get that collab in, guys, for a really long time. And although it was very brief, I didn't get him on one of my videos, but I'm in one of his most recent videos. So if you have not seen it, matter of fact, Sovereign Night, or where you guys can probably find OC's video with me in it. And go check out. A lot of you guys that follow me also follow his channel. He's a great guy, very clean channel, very honest and objective guy. It's just an easy guy to like, easy guy to get along with. And we got to hang out a little bit in Vegas, just briefly, but it was very cool to see him out there in person finally. And we'll do it again. We'll do it again real soon. Maybe I'll get out to California, and we will be able to get some more content for you guys. So, and what an OC, he said, great to finally meet you. Absolutely, it was very cool. Thank you again for the super chat, and really appreciate all the support on my channel, my friend. You guys always see me wearing my OC Motivator shirts and all that kind of stuff. He said he's going to send me some more, so I might hold him to it. If you got a bright red RacerX one, but it says OC Motivator, I would definitely be all about it. So get one specially made. But anyway, James Photos also, thank you for the super chat. Thank you guys very much. And yeah, go check out OC Motivator, you guys. If you've never seen him, I mean, most of you guys have, because he's a big supporter of my channel. Got a lot of folks that are very dedicated to my channel, and just I could not do it without you guys. And it's another guy that's been with me a long time, and he's got his own channel that does fantastic. He's got a Lambo, a yellow Lambo, and he's got some other goodies in store. I won't let it, we didn't talk about it a lot. We talked a little bit about maybe what I'm working on, but he promised me he wouldn't let the cat out of the bag, so we'll see what happens. But it was great to see him out at SEMA. Pretty close for him. For me, it was a really long way to go. So anyway, let me see who else we've got, and I want to jump into a couple other quick things, guys. Let's see here. Who have I not seen here? Liam saying hi to OC Motivator. CJ James saying engine music. Yes, absolutely, my friend. I'm kind of jumping around, guys. So let's see. What is Maddie SRT? I seen a Hornet the other day at Cars and Coffee. Then realized it was the Alpha, the Tonale. Yeah. So guys, I thought about getting a review on the Alpha Tonale, but they haven't. I haven't found any at the dealership, because it's going to drive basically just like the Hornet. And so I figure if I go review one of those, maybe I could give you guys a good idea of what that car will really be like when we see it come out from Dodge. So I'm going to keep my eyes open, but for some reason the dealerships in Tampa, they just haven't had anything. So it's been a struggle getting some of the newer car reviews done for you guys, because for some odd reason I was able to find a lot more cars in Dallas than I can here in Tampa, just a bigger market or whatever. But I am struggling just a little bit with that aspect of things. It's not that I'm not looking, but it just doesn't seem to be, an inventory out there for me to go look at. So anyway, let's see who else. Dave Campbell finally made a live. Good to see you in the live tonight, Dave. Who else do we got here? Let's see. Come on, wait. Just subscribe to OC. Great to hear that. He's a good dude. Go check out some of his content. Gary Playas, he says, I'm a teen, but I do know tons about cars. In fact, I have a rear engine Supra with side pipes and straight pipes. Wonder why nobody has used side pipes and straight pipes. Well, I mean, a lot of it would be just carb compliance. It's like if you live in a state where they don't have it, it's not a big deal, but you're typically not going to see that come out on really any production cars anymore, because they have to be 50 state compliant. So there's that piece of it. But hey, enjoy that thing. Supra's a cool car, and nothing wrong with that. Let's see, Ren saying area rugs. I tried area rugs, guys. It didn't seem to make a difference. It's just the sound bouncing off of all four walls. And I'm still getting my office together. This is kind of the last room in my house I was trying to get together for you guys. That's why you always saw the map behind me, because that was my living room. So at any rate, we're making some headway though, guys. Let's see, who else? Now, real quick, guys, I want to jump in. Sovereign Night, there it is, OC Motivator's video. He put the link up there if you guys want to go check that out. That has me in it. Let's see, Black Ghost is in the house tonight. He sure is. I saw Black Ghost in person at the SEMA show. Very nice guy, and I really hope that he gets to have, seeing as how he's basically the owner of the original car, Dodge has to give him one of those cars. Do you guys agree with that? I mean, if they've gone through all that, he should be a guy that gets one. I mean, I don't know. We talked about it at SEMA, but Sovereign says yes. So anyway, great guy. He saw me at the MagnaFlow booth. I signed a license plate for him. It's just really cool to catch up with him. Several times I saw him at the show, so that was neat. And once again, big supporter of the channel there as well, which is really, really cool to see. Thumbs up from him. And let's see, Paul Tyler saying rock on. I'm trying to check these as they come in a little faster. At least give him one MSRP. There you go. I would love to. I would love to see him. It would be almost criminal if he didn't get one of those cars. That's the way I feel about it. And the other reason I would really like to see him get it is because I think he would let me review it. So, but anyway, no, I digress, guys. So I do want to talk a little bit about SEMA. We got 115 people on, guys, but only 69 thumbs up. So, guys, even if you're just watching in the background or whatever, you're not actively typing, do me a big favor, hit thumbs up for me. Let's get, maybe we can get at least 150 or something tonight. It's not going to be a record-breaking night. But I did want to talk a lot about what I did at SEMA. So I did get quite a few comments here. Who have I missed, guys? I'm so sorry if I missed you. Let's see. The pre-production model from SEMA, says Matty SRT. I agree. He's somebody that should be considered for that. Let's see. Moto guy. At least. Oh yeah, we got his comment. Let's see. Who else have I missed here? My 2023 MSRP, says Ren. Let's see. Matty's saying Florida has too many hurricanes, so not as many cars. Maybe that's what it is. Let's see, but once the new Hurricane motor comes out, you fit right in the Florida market. I see. You know what? It's play on words, but I fully agree with that. Let's see. That is why they're named the Cat 1 and Cat 3X. I love it. So, you know, I petitioned Dodge while I was there. I put in my word and I said, you know what? Why are we not doing a RacerX edition Hellcat? They didn't seem too receptive to it. Go figure. Anyway, I tried. So. Anyway, guys, black and red all day. That was the RacerX edition Hellcat. I would have loved to have seen it. They probably still wouldn't have given me one, but oh well. So here's the deal. SEMA. So let's talk about it real quick. So did you guys, I was on a list on my thumbnail for tonight's video. James Photo, real quick, let me get your super chat so I don't forget it. Let's see, he says if the stars align and you get your ZR1 and OC Motivator gets his 50 state allowed red eye in a collab, that video would be epic. So now, let's see here. Now, ZR1, I mean, am I supposed to be getting a ZR1? I'd love to get one. Of course, can you imagine if the Z06 is already like in the 150 range and then they're hitting people with dealer markup, what is the ZR1 going to be like? It's going to be like, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be like 250 grand to get one of those and then dealer markup. And so the vets are going to be up there in Lambo Huracan money or more. So anyway, guys, it is what it is. But yeah, I hope we do. I mean, either way, we're going to try and get in a fun collab at some point. I'm also going to hopefully collab with RT Life. I messaged him not too long ago, and of course, he's down the street in Orlando. So I know he's trying to get a few bugs worked out in his car, but it would be kind of cool to see me go and collab with RT Life as well, another guy that has a good Mopar channel, and you guys have never seen us collab before. I've never even met him in person, so that would be a fun one as well. So I do have a lot of things kind of tumbling around in my head about collabs as well, so, but I would love to get another collab in with OC, so I do appreciate it, my friend James, and let's see, moving down the list here. So let's talk a little bit about SEMA. So first of all, huge shout out to MagnaFlow. Those guys have always been really good to me in terms of just, you know, the whole reason I have MagnaFlow as a sponsor is because I love their exhaust. And it's weird how that works, but I pretty much only work with companies that I really like their stuff. If somebody approaches me and I don't think they're kind of the best thing out there, I simply don't work with them. That's why I work with Hellion, because they make the best twin turbo kits out there, in my opinion. They just make really good stuff. Their customer service is fantastic. Like they're just a good group of guys. Same thing with MagnaFlow. MagnaFlow has always treated me right. You know, I've got somebody I can call who's a senior leader with them, that they love my channel. They feel like, you know, there's a good partnership there. But I just love their stuff. They just make really good exhaust products. I love the way they sound, really good build quality. Like, you know, so that's why that relationship works. And so, you know, MagnaFlow treated me really well while I was there, obviously out at SEMA. They brought in a whole list of celebrity people that I got to meet while I was there. And of course, I was there doing a signing as well. And so for those of you that came out that I did the signing for, thank you guys so much. At one point, I actually had a pretty good sized line kind of wrapping around the corner. And so many people showed up to, you know, so that I could just sign for them and meet them and take pictures. And it was just a lot of fun. And I was the last person signed on Thursday, where the show was already winding down at 4 o'clock. And there were still that many people that showed up. just to hang out with me and just talk cars, and I had such a good time. So for those of you that did come out and were able to just stop by for a few minutes and kind of, you know, shoot the breeze with me, thank you guys for doing that. I really do appreciate it. And it was really neat. Magnaflow had all these cool license plates for me to sign, and I got some cool swag from them, and they really did treat me just like all the other celebrities that were there. And I don't consider myself obviously to be a celebrity, but I mean, you guys saw the photos in the thumbnail, but I posted them on Instagram. I mean, I sat and talked to Goldberg at length for like 30 minutes. That was really cool. He's an amazing dude in terms of just, he's a huge car enthusiast, a big Mopar guy. You know, Bill Goldberg, I mean, he's a beast of a guy. He's just a big dude. And he just, I feel like he just embodies everything that kind of Dodge represents in terms of just, I mean, he's just a big beastly dude, and he likes his powerful cars and muscle cars and loud stuff. And I mean, he's an enthusiast and just a really good dude to talk to. Really enjoyed that. He's building a garage out there in near San Antonio, and we even talked about maybe doing a collab when he gets it finished at the end of the year. He's going to put like 50 cars in it that are all awesome. And I would love to get on a plane, go out there, spend the day with him, and give you guys a really neat video. So we did talk about it. We'll see if we can make that happen. Who knows? But anyway, really good guy. How about Leah Pruitt, formerly Leah Pritchett? She is the driver of the Demon back in the day in 2018. She's the one who kind of set that 965 benchmark with the Demon. One of the best female drag racers, or not just female, but one of the best drag racers in the world. And a very nice lady. You know, she's having a little bit of an off season because she switched teams. So I talked to her at length for a while. Very nice person. I met her in the past, but it was neat to see her. And then folks like TJ Hunt, I got to speak with him. Rutledge Wood from Top Gear, he was there signing. Christina, she was there from Christina and Grant. She has a big TikTok following, and she's got a YouTube channel. It's called Christina and Grant. She was out there racing at the Roadkill Nights event, so that's actually where I met her for the first time. Courtney Hansen was there. I mean, I met all these really cool people. Richard Petty, I mean, the king himself. You guys, if you saw my Instagram, guys, I have a picture with him. How many people can say they actually got to meet him and talk to him? So, I mean, it was really neat being there at Magnaflow. Now, here's the other thing, guys. I see your comments coming in. I'll try and get back to them here in 1 second. Was the SEMA show worth it? Was it worth me to get on a plane, fly literally all the way across the country for this show? I have not been to the SEMA show before. And my answer to that is kind of yes and no. I really liked the getting to meet everybody. The signing was probably my absolute favorite part. It was neat talking to Dodge while I was there, although none of the real senior leaders from Dodge per se were there. I didn't see them. I would have got to talk to them. So, you know, they just weren't there. Now, the Direct Connection guys were there, and they were very nice as always. I've got a good relationship with them. Like I said, I put out a video with the president of Direct Connection, and I actually convinced him to talk all about their new motors. If you haven't seen that video, go look at it. But I mean, a 1,500 horsepower engine from Dodge, a crate engine that you can order. And that's coming out in early next year. How awesome is that? And then, of course, you know, they have a slew of elephants, and then the Hurricane series, a Cat 1 and a Cat 3. So he talks all about them. The one thing we didn't talk about was price, because I just didn't want to put, you know, all that out there, but it will, once they come available on the site, you'll be able to see all that. I was told that 1,500 horsepower engine was like $60,000. Now that's basically, it's a race engine, it's what it is. And I mean, 1,500, I mean, that is so much horsepower, guys. That's a, I mean, you know, it would be really neat to put that in a street car, but that's just an insane amount of power for the street. And not that guys don't do it. I've seen it many times, but you know, it is what it is. But you know, it was neat. That part of it was neat. You saw the Banshee. I brought that to you on one of my videos with the drag radials on it, and in red. I like that Banshee better than the one that they showed us at Speed Week. I like the color better. I love the drag radials on it. Otherwise, the car was basically the same, but they did show us kind of the color palette that the Banshee will be available in, so I showed you that. Of course, the Hornet GLH was there, the convertible Challenger, all that good stuff. But a lot of that we'd seen before. But nothing really new from Dodge per se. We saw the special editions, right, in person. I brought you a video on that. I talked all about the Black Ghost, the King Daytona. The Shakedown was there. The Swinger editions were, you know, they were all there, right, the Super B. But, you know, are those cars worth it? I mean, it depends on who you ask. A lot of people say they're just stickers. It's smoke and mirrors from Dodge to just kind of keep us distracted while they're figuring out what they want to do. it's really, they're cool cars, but they really don't look that much different to me than a normal, say, jailbreak would be if you're looking at the Hellcat versions or the Scat Packs. Yeah, they've got some decals and stuff on them that make them look a little different, but it's the same car, guys. I sat in it, it feels exactly the same. The markups on them are going to be insane just because they're not making very many additions of those, but they're essentially like if you pull up next to one at a stoplight and you have the same trim, it's not any faster, it just looks a little different is all it is. And and here's the other thing. Here's the other rub for me on SEMA is Vegas itself. I don't go to Vegas a whole lot. I've only been there one other time. I'm not a big gambler. That's not really my thing. I'm not really a lucky person per se. When you go to Vegas, there's a lot of things out there I really didn't like in terms of just how hard it is to get around out in Vegas. Like if you want to call an Uber, like everything is geared towards gambling and the hotels. So they make it really hard to get around in there unless you're walking. They have a few things. They've got like a bus service there and a few things but you got to really learn the area to figure that out. And then, there's some things that are that are legal there that I don't necessarily like, that was just in your face the whole time we were there. I could go on and on. There are a lot of things about that. Now, the convention center itself, how many of you guys have been to the Las Vegas Convention Center? It is massive, massive facility. And every hall was full. But the vast majority of stuff, it really wasn't my thing. They had a lot of stuff for Jeeps and off-roading and all sorts of little quirky things and whole halls full of that kind of stuff. A lot of companies were there showing off their detailing products, which is all cool. But it's nothing that I would sit there and make a video for you guys about. And the truth is that, Ford pulled out, Chevy pulled out. I didn't see anything from Kia, Mercedes. Lexus was there, but they didn't really have anything. They had one car that was pretty cool, but it wasn't anything I was willing to make a video on. I saw a Pagani Huayra. I put out a short on that, and an Instagram reel. An amazing $6 million Huayra Roadster. And it's just an incredible work of art, that machine. But, it wasn't really worth me doing a video on it. It's not like I could get in it and start it or drive it or anything for you guys. But without two of the big three not being there. So without them being there and Dodge not revealing their 7th edition car, and then I couldn't even really go to a different company. I couldn't go to Kia and show you their new EV. I couldn't go, like I said, Mercedes wasn't there. There were just a lot of folks that weren't there. Even though the halls were full, there were a lot of people there. In terms of content opportunities, there wasn't a lot. At least for me, for my core audience. And that was a bit of a struggle. So anyway, it had its good and its bad. Like I said, huge shout out to Magnaflow. I wish Hellion would have been there. Amsoil is another group or another company that I work with because they just make really good stuff. I've always used their stuff. And they're another one of my sponsors. I said hi to them while I was there, took a couple of pictures and stuff. But, it's engine oil, guys. It's not something I would make a full video on for you guys. But at any rate, I just feel like there wasn't a lot of content to be had there. It was more about just experiencing the show, walking around, meeting people, and just that thing of it. So, is it in the long run, was it worth flying halfway across the country for it? Maybe not, but at least I can say I did it. I brought you guys a couple of videos from there. I did get a couple of really neat opportunities, I think, with some other companies maybe to work together. So maybe it'll end up, if you ask me, say in 3-4 months, if I feel the same way. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see, But right now, maybe the juice isn't worth the squeeze with SEMA, although it is neat to go. So I cried after watching this, says Green Rush. So let me see. Let me get back to your comments really quick. So that was kind of one of the big things I wanted to talk about. I have several other things on my list here to talk about, but let me get back to your comments here because I know you guys have just kind of been listening in to me. So let me see what else we got here. Let's see, Sovereign saying, Matty SRT, this is the video RacerX did, the Banshee sound. Yes. Oh yes, I did put out a video as mentioned there by Sovereign Knight. I did do a video comparing Ford's electric sound where they work with Borla, which is another weird thing altogether, right? That Borla is working on putting speakers in cars and having it make a specific sound. With Ford, just an odd thing considering Borla's pedigree, right? But they see the writing on the wall. That's the truth of it. But it sounds like a pretty gnarly, raspy, kind of angry V8 on their Mach-E GT. And then a Banshee sounds entirely different, unlike any other sound really we've ever heard. I guess some people, kind of relate that sound to The Wraith, the movie with Charlie Sheen from, was it the 90s or I think it was back in the 90s. At any rate, so yeah, that's kind of that's the deal there. So I don't know. You know, I put a video out about it. You guys, it sounded subjective. So you guys watch that video. Let me know what you guys think. But you know, go check that video out if you haven't seen it. But it was a good way to kind of compare the sounds, because everybody's got their own kind of vision on that. So let me jump down here and see what else we've got. Liam says, sadly got 10K markup on my 23 jailbreaks. See, oh, I hate to hear that. Let's see, tried not to get a markup, called many dealers. It's the best I could do. These dealers won't budge. It's amazing. They just won't come off on these cars. And I guess there are just that many folks that are willing to pay over sticker for. I'm not one of those guys. I'd rather go without than and for me, it's just a principle thing, guys. It's really what it is. And you know, the other thing people don't talk about is when you pay that much over sticker, when guys are out paying 50 grand over sticker for cars, you know, the bank isn't financing that. That's money that you just have to have sitting in the mattress, basically. So you know that you've got to think about all that stuff as well. So let's see here. What else we got? Oh, let's see here. Gary Playas saying, let's see. Which do you think is better? Light Bright's 840 horsepower supercharged Wrangler 392 Rubicon, or the Ram TRX with the same engine that I've heard IRL? It honestly was awesome. So, guys, I drove a Hellcat swap Jeep in one of my other videos, and it was a death trap. Just the way the suspension unloaded and all that kind of stuff, everything about the geometry of that, it went every way under boost. Now, when you're just driving it around, you don't notice. But as soon as the thing gets under boost and it has a bunch of load on it, the thing goes basically every way except the direction you're pointing it. It feels really top heavy. Even though, now it's weird because the 392 version is fantastic. It's my favorite Jeep that they've made. It drives amazing. The way that they geared it's great, but it's just kind of expensive for what you get. I mean, it's a 392 and you're going to pay, what, 80 grand or 90 grand more. I mean, they're expensive. But the Hellcat swap Jeep, it just did not, and there was a bunch of aftermarket stuff on that thing, but it felt really, it's one of the sketchiest cars I think I've ever driven. And so if I was going to choose now, the TRX, much longer wheelbase, the way it sits is completely different. You know, it's just a completely different geometry on the TRX. I love the TRX, even with more power. The TRX feels very much under control. And as I've always maintained, the TRX is one of my favorite Hellcats, if not my favorite Hellcat out there. I know that might disappoint some folks, but the TRX is an awesome vehicle. And I just really like it. Granted, it's got the lowest top speed, it's the heaviest, but the truck is just a freak. I don't know what else to say about it. And I just really enjoy the TRX. So for me, I like the TRX. I want to mention Light Bright was another one of the groups that was brought in by MagnaFlow. They did a signing there as well. I believe that was on Wednesday they did that. So there was a couple other folks in there as well. And they had Kevin Hart there. I don't know, a lot of you guys know that, but Kevin Hart revealed, he was at the MagnaFlow booth. He revealed a bunch of his other builds that he did. So I think he had 3 different builds that were there, and all of them immaculate. I mean, but these are big money builds, guys. Like a full carbon fiber, like 70 Charger with like a bad to the bone custom engine in it. I mean, this thing was completely custom. But then again, Kevin Hart's got the money and the resources to pull something like that off. Most of us don't. But it was neat seeing those cars there at the SEMA show. And it looked like he had a good time with it as well. So let's see here. Not You just ordered a second TRX. Wow, fantastic. Oh, enjoy that. That should be pretty darn cool. You got that Chrysler 300C coming in as well. So very cool to see that stuff. Let's see here. Jose saying, absolutely love these old school muscle cars. Absolutely. Oh, let's see. Who else have I missed here? Green Rush. Let's see. I can't tell what that says here. Let me see who else. Oh, I'm jumping down, guys. I'm sorry. I'm jumping around. How about, who else have I missed here? I see Barbie Mopar jumping in here tonight. That's interesting. Hadn't seen her on before. Let's see here. If you won the lottery, what is the first car you're buying? The first car I'm buying, I did play the Powerball, guys. The first car that I'm buying if I win the lottery is a SVJ Aventador. It is what it is. I just, that's my car. You know, I know some people really like McLarens and some people really like Bugattis and some people just, everybody's got their thing. For me, my Halo car is an SVJ Roadster. And then I would send it off and have it twin turboed, and that car would be awesome. So that would be my thing. The way that those modified V12 engines sound with the right exhaust they're just hardcore. I don't know what else to say about them, but the way they look, the way they sound, everything about them is awesome. Matter of fact, Stradman had his Aventador at the SEMA show. So those of you guys that follow Stradman's channel, his car was there, and it was a really interesting wrap job he had on that. I don't even know if he's revealed that on his channel yet. I don't always watch all his videos, but yeah, that's my thing, guys. That's what I would do. There's several others I would really like to own. I would like to own a 765 LT, a McLaren. I think those cars are awesome too. They're insanely fast. Yeah, there are several on my list, but the Aventador is just, it's the top of my list, guys. It is what it is. So anyway, I know some of you guys are going to ask me about this fish that's right over my shoulder. That is a fish I caught at Lake Fork in Texas about 20 years ago, and the fish died when it was an older fish, and I guess I hooked her the wrong way, and I tried to put her back, and she just kept floating belly up, and she died. So I thought, rather than let the turtles and vultures or whatever get her, I'll take her in. First big bass I ever caught. That one was, close to 10 pounds, and I had just had it mounted. It wasn't cheap, but you know what? It's been on my wall for like 20 years. You guys have just never seen it. So anyway, yeah, it was a pretty cool deal. So anyway, that's the answer to that. So I know, so you guys don't have to ask, or if you're wondering, that's why you see that up there. I think I caught that fish like in, I think like 2002 or something. One thing you guys may not know about me is that I actually, I've always loved to fish since I was very young. It's something I'd really like to do. If I took you to my garage, you guys would see a lot of my fishing stuff out there. I don't typically show you guys all that, but anyway, so food for thought. Now, one other thing I do want to mention to you guys really quick before I get too far in. Now, I'm going to pay very close attention to your comments. This is something I had on my list to talk to you guys about. And I have 91 people on, so I'm down to 10% battery too. But I have 91 people on, and I really want to know your legitimate thoughts on this. If I were to say do a subscriptions channel, which I've been toying with for a while, giving you guys a little bit more of a backstage type look at some of the videos that I do, blooper reels, giving you guys a bunch of perks for being subscribers to not just normal subscribers, but being a part of my subscriptions channel. And I'm not going to make it very expensive or anything like that. Would you guys be interested in that if I gave you guys some sort of, I've got a bunch of special things like special privileges and things like that I would do specifically for folks that wanted to be a part of that. But I keep being told by a bunch of folks that I should have been doing this a long time ago. I just have never done it. But, you know, would you guys be a part of that if I offered it, you know, for not very much money, but it would be a way for kind of a lot of the folks that are very, very much, that support my channel, have been there a long time, to kind of give you guys some special access to stuff I don't normally show you, because I do a lot of editing and stuff. And a lot of the stuff gets just thrown out the window. I have some videos that I've never even posted. I mean, it's a place for me to kind of put stuff like that you guys might find kind of entertaining, that I don't always just put out there to everybody. But let's see here. Some people say yes. Let's see here. Earache SRT8 says no. Well, that's okay. And there will be some folks that are like, no, and that's cool. Everybody, it's just it's an idea I've been toying with for a long time. Let's see here, but a lot of people are saying yes. I'm sitting here watching your comments come in, and a lot of people seem to think that maybe they would be interested in being a part of that. I would definitely try and give a lot of incentive to want to do it. But anyway, it's something I've been toying with, and I just wanted to get. Let's see here. No more for you saying, thanks, always making our day. Absolutely, 100%. Let's see here. To be honest, maybe. Oh, I like that answer. To be honest, maybe. That's a good one. So anyway, at least we're like, honestly, I'm really on the fence about that, and that's okay too. But that's why I want to ask you guys on a forum like this, a live. This is just meant to be a real chill live tonight, guys. I want to get into comments here again in a minute. But anyway, that's something I've been toying with. As I mentioned before, I'm working on maybe a build in the background. I'm hoping to make it happen here relatively soon. I think you guys will like my choice on this, but we'll have to wait and see. It's something I've been kind of working behind closed doors now for a while, but I'm hoping I can make this happen for you guys here really soon. There's my man Harold in the building tonight. Good to see him in. Let's see here. Oh, Sovereign saying thank you, congrats on hitting 160K on my subscribers. I really appreciate that, guys. Yeah, we're actually head on up towards 161,000 here in the next few days. So it's going, that's just been really steady for me, guys. Like I said, do go ahead and follow me on Instagram as well. I've got to figure out a way to get my Instagram to grow, guys, because my Instagram is disproportionately tiny compared to my YouTube channel, and I've never been able to figure out why. Because a lot of guys, their YouTube channel and their followers on Instagram are like the same, and mine is really disproportionate. And maybe I don't put quite as much time into Instagram, but I do put some time into it. So anyway, it's cool to see stuff before I put it out. Kind of gives you guys notice when I'm getting ready to put something out, or sometimes I'll give you unique pictures I can't always share with you guys on YouTube as well. So anyway, go check that out. So let's see, Sovereign Knight with the Instagram. Thank you very much, buddy. Let me see some other comments here. And I have some other things I want to ask you guys about. But I will get right back to that here in a second. J-Bill, let's see here. It doesn't sound like the Wraith. A lot of people have said that the Banshee sounds like the Wraith. I don't necessarily feel like I quite agree with that. I've heard the Wraith, but I've also heard the Banshee in person. And I don't necessarily know, a lot of people say the Banshee. What sounds have I heard people describe the Banshee making? I think a hairdryer is one. A troll sneezing, I think I've heard that one before. A vacuum cleaner. It doesn't really sound like that, but I've heard a lot of interesting comments about what they feel like it sounds like. And in person, it doesn't quite sound like that, but, because it's different, people are going to make fun of it, and I get it. And maybe it isn't ideal. I don't know. Maybe it would be better if it did sound like a really, really nasty canned like V8 that just has a bunch of pops and gargles, like the monster V8s we have now. Would it be better if they had gone that route? That's really why I put that video out about it. So anyway, I don't want to talk about a whole lot about some of my older content. Normally I go into that a lot, but this is all about kind of what I saw at SEMA. Was it worth it? All that kind of stuff. And some of the folks that I was able to meet. Good stuff. Road Test TV, Banshee, rocking chair on cat's tail. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it does sound like that. That's actually kind of funny that he said a rocking chair on a cat's tail. I've got to listen to it again with that picture in my head and see if that really is what it sounds like. Because maybe it does kind of sound like that. I don't know. You guys give me your thought. What does the Banshee sound like? Let's see. I want to get your comments up here as they come across. Now you ruined it, says Sovereign Knight. It does have a unique sound, says J-Bill. But a more traditional sound would be let's see, they're coming in a little bit quicker than I can read them here. Let me go down. And he says, more traditional muscle sound. Let's see here. My Black Ghost is chiming in there too. Okay, Road Test TV says, do you think there will actually be a 7th edition Dodge, or have they overpromised? Yes, I think they will, but I don't think it's going to be until next year. I think they've got some things to get figured out on that. They definitely, they've got to get some stuff figured out on that engine. I think they're having some serious issues with it. Now, when it does finally come to market, I think it's going to be very cool. And one of the things that Dodge is doing to kind of protect themselves, if it comes to market and it still doesn't work the way that they had intended, or there's some issues with it, they're only going to make like 100 of them. It's not like they put 30,000 of these out there in circulation and they have to recall all of them because the engines are blowing up. I mean, there's not going to be very many of these to go around. So it's not like it's going to be, a company, crippling thing. If it haven't, I mean, it may be some bad press. So there is that. So maybe there's that aspect of it. But in terms of just getting the issue fixed, as long as the engines aren't just grenading on people, and they haven't come out and said, hey, look, this is what's happening. Maybe it's something small, but they want to make sure it's perfect. We don't know that. And so some people say, oh, the engines are blowing up. It leads you to believe, like, it looks like something out of Hiroshima or Mount St. Helens, that these happen to these engines. And I just don't know that. We don't know what's really going on with that engine or why they haven't released it, but expect that thing to come out, yes, and it will probably be next year when it finally does. That's all I can tell you guys. That's all I really know. So anyway, hopefully that helps a little bit. So let me see here. The Mach-E might pull the sound off. The Mach-E didn't sound bad in the clip. I almost thought it was, if I were to listen to that with my eyes closed, I would say they did a pretty good job of making it sound like a pretty beastly car. So I couldn't really tell. Maybe a little bit you could tell it was coming out of speakers or something like that. You have to put some really powerful speakers on there. But, at the end of the day, they're just kind of trying to make them what they are not. How many of you guys, I did a poll, right? But I mean, how many of you guys would just rather they not make any sound at all? I don't know. I mean, everybody just wants to say, well, I don't care either way or whatever. But I mean, that's really the big thing is, like, should it make a sound or should it not? And what's the sound? What should it sound like? That's the big question. And when you're talking about something as subjective as sound, there is no right or wrong answer. Really, the right answer for Dodge is just what makes people the happiest in terms of, what gives them the most visceral driving experience. And it's a weird world we live in right now, guys. That's the truth of it. So bear with me for 1 second, guys. I'm going to have to see if I can plug in my phone. I don't think it's going to reach. So if I run out of juice on my live, guys, I may have to move you guys over just a little bit. You can still see I'm unpacking my office back here, guys. So I'm actually going to move you over just a little bit. So bear with me so I can plug in my phone so it doesn't die on you guys, because I had a few more things I wanted to talk to you guys about. So bear with me 1 second. Plug this joker in and we will be back to it. There we go. All right. Sorry about the brief delay there, guys, but if I don't plug you in, I'm going to lose you. There we go. All right. So, so there's that piece of it. Now, I did take a poll recently on something else, and I also want to mention this to you guys. What do you guys think about the Hurricane? The twin turbo inline six. I know a lot of people hate that. Now, I did talk to Demonology about the engine failures. And oh, you know what? I almost forgot. Black Ghost, he sent me a super chat. See, I get on these tangents, guys, a little bit all over the place tonight, so bear with me. Let me see if I can find it. Where did it go? I'll tell you what, I'll just click it here. All right. Bear with me. There it is. Oh, he just put the ghost down there. Black Ghost. Thank you for the support, buddy. I appreciate it. That's why I didn't see it come through. It was just the emojis. So anyway, so what do you guys think about the Hurricane? I'm kind of optimistic about it because here's why. When I talked to Direct Connection, like Paul Rossi, he's like one of the godfathers of Mopar. He was there. And I talked to him at Speed Week as well. But this Hurricane engine, yes, I realize that it is not a big burbly V8. But when you're talking about a modern engine, I mean, 4 valves per cylinder, dual overhead cam, sound like the Coyote a little bit, which we know breathes like crazy on the top end and loves boost. But even better than the Coyote, this has forged internals. Yes, it's not a V8, but if it has forged internals, that means it's really easy to turn the wick up on the thing and be confident. And I was told by several folks of authority that, they're pretty confident that a Cat 3 Hurricane with the right calibration and some stuff done to it could easily make 1,000 horsepower. Now, mind you, this engine is much lighter, much more modern, better fuel injection, all the stuff you would expect with the new, the new pedigree of engines. It has all that. And, just for relatively inexpensive, mods. I mean, when you talk about modding's expensive, guys. Most of you guys, a lot of you guys realize that if modded cars, you know how expensive it is. Yes, dual overhead cam engine. So, when you think about just adding downpipes and a tune to a car and being able to pick up, say, 300 horsepower and do it in a very efficient way on stock turbos, that, I don't care what anybody says, in a really light, modern engine, and I'm told they're probably going to put a pretty good transmission. If they do a production version of this, they're probably going to put a pretty awesome transmission behind it because they're going to know that people are going to modify it. So, it's exciting to me. Now, they've not come out and said they're going to stick this in a car yet. I would love to see a new Challenger, a redesigned Challenger with a slightly shorter wheelbase that weighs 700 or 800 pounds less, that still looks Challenger, and stick that Hurricane 3 in it. I would sign up for that all day. And because think about a car that could easily make 1,000 horse out of a much lighter modern engine with a slightly shorter wheelbase and you know, a bunch of modern amenities. I'd be all in. I would be all in for that, because guess what? If you could make 1,000 horsepower out of that, that thing is going to go out and it's going to run 8s. Maybe not 8s. It'll be like low 9s for sure. And I mean, out of a, you know, you guys, if you've ever been to, you know, FL2K or TX2K, I've mentioned this at length, but what do you see when you're out there? You see Supras like 2JZs, and you see GTRs, 6-cylinders. Yes, they're not an inline 6, but still, I mean, you see the potential of those, how hard those things spin. You know, if you understand vehicles, and especially internal combustion, this could potentially save Dodge, in my mind, if they get it right. Because a lot of people are done with Dodge. They see if Dodge goes all electric, I am completely out. But you know, they need a really good gateway car, something that gets people excited again, that are not willing to give electric a chance. Maybe they call it a CUDA. Yes, Luis, I agree. So, I mean, what do you guys think about that? I mean, I am pretty intrigued by the thought of just a slightly smaller, much lighter platform with a much lighter, more modern engine that's really tunable. I mean, that is intriguing to me. I mean, I love a V8, guys. Don't get me wrong. You guys know that about me. You guys have followed my channel. But I mean, you know, sometimes it's neat to try other things. And I feel like that could be something that if Dodge could really dig their heels in and do it right, that could be maybe not a home run, but it could definitely bring a lot of people back over, because so many people are jumping ship right now from Dodge to Ford. That's the truth of it. It is what it is. Because Ford just put out, you know, I mean, not a lot of people are going over to Chevy because, I mean, let's face it, I mean, the Corvette is basically out of reach for most people in terms of how much it costs now to get one. Even the Dodges are getting to the point now where, you know, if you're a high trim level, most people can't afford it. But, you know, with Ford, you know, if they're going to have a Mustang GT that puts out 480 horsepower and it's a fire-breathing V8 with a brand new, you know, it's got a brand new interior on it, it's got brand new, all sorts of stuff on that car. And then they have a dark horse version. Then they're already talking about a 7.3 liter Godzilla twin turbo GT500. And Ford's bringing it. So so Dodge has got to do something, right? So anyway, guys, this is me just spitting things out, stuff that runs through my head. It's nothing I really haven't talked about in other videos, kind of piecing that together. But yeah, Dodge needs to come up with something here, because, and I even talked to Direct Connection about it today. I said, look, what are they going to give us for 2024? What can we get excited about? It didn't get a lot of answers there. It doesn't mean I won't hear soon, and if I do, you guys will know. But I am scratching my head just like you guys. For 2024, the slate looks really blank. I mean, yeah, the Banshee. I mean, and I'm not saying I'm not excited about the Banshee to some degree. I know some of you guys hate it. I'm willing to give the Banshee a chance. I'd be interested to drive it just to see what it drives like, to see if I like it. But I don't know. I have to drive it and kind of get used to that and see if I like it. And maybe I won't. You know, we'll see. But you know, there's just a lot of constraints right now, guys. We see the dealer markup. All the special edition cars are being marked up to crazy amounts. They're really hard to get, especially the Hellcats. They're basically impossible to get. Although our man Black Ghost, he might get one. But you know, he if anybody deserves to get one, it's him. So we'll see about that. I am somewhat interested in the 7th edition car. I'll put that out there. I won't go any further with that. But we'll have to wait and see, guys. I mean, let's just cross our fingers, hope Dodge is listening to the things that we are, the feedback that we're giving them. They're listening to the YouTube channels that are out there that are giving them all this feedback. You know, there's a lot of other YouTube channels out there that cover Mopar stuff. OC Motivator is a good example. He talks at length about some of the things he doesn't like about what Dodge is doing and some stuff that they are doing well. So anyway, you know, and you guys always hear me talk about it. Dodge does pay attention to my channel. They pay attention to your comments, but we'll see. But I just hope I can be kind of a voice for what you guys feel like. When I do get to talk to Dodge, I do. I try to be kind of just a liaison, so to speak, to my greater audience, right? I want to be the voice of you guys. So I do try my best to kind of convey the things that you tell me. Now, when opinions are all over the place, then it's hard. But if I see like a big pattern, then yeah, I can give them my honest opinion and be like, hey, this is how people are feeling. So anyway, Homero says, thank you. You're absolutely welcome. So let me jump down to some more comments here, guys. I'm going to check my list here and make sure I got everything, and then I'll just work on getting some more comments in before we adjourn tonight. Let's see here. We have 126 likes, guys. Can we get to 150 tonight? That was kind of my goal when we started out. If you haven't hit thumbs up, guys, please do so before we jump off the live. We'll stay on for a few more minutes tonight. But yeah, I would really appreciate it if you could do that. So we talked about the engines. Now, I do want to get a review on the Hellcat Power Wagon for you guys. I think that would be kind of neat. I have a subscriber that told me about that. Also, another thing I am mentioning is if you have a really neat car, and I'll start talking about this in upcoming videos again, but and you feel like it would be a good fit for my channel, I'm starting to do more customer car reviews, more subscriber car reviews. And if your car is really unique, if you've got something going on with your car that you think people would be really interested to see, if it's a GT Charger with an intake and a exhaust on it, that may not necessarily be something that people find is unique enough. But I mean, so use your best judgment, and don't be afraid to reach out to me with whatever. But if you have a really unique car that has something that's just really, really cool, and you think it might be a really neat review for my channel, and you just happen to be local or whatever, I do live in Tampa, Florida, or near Tampa, Florida, let me know. Get me on Instagram and show me what you got. Send me pictures, because I am going to be doing a lot more customer, because like I said, it's really hard to find cars at dealerships right now. A lot of the reviews I want to get done for you guys, I'm simply can't get them done. So, so what I'm doing is I'm trying to show unique builds from customers. I mean, I just did that Viper truck for you guys. I'm showing you guys some old stuff now. I'm kind of dipping into some different things, but we'll see. Anyway, so the special editions we talked about, the new Banshee with the drag radios we talked about. We talked about the lack of manufacturers at the SEMA show, which was a little bit unfortunate. The Hellcat Power Wagon, I do want to get a review in for you guys. Also the convertible Challenger, I do have a review I want to do for you guys on that, because obviously we know, and they've been doing it for a while now. There's been a few companies out there that do it, but it'd be kind of neat to show you guys one in person. That's not just sitting at the SEMA show, right? And then also, we talked about the celebrities that were there at the MagnaFlow booth. That was really, really cool experience. The signing went very successful at SEMA. And then also, guys, like I said, we're just getting over Hurricane Nicole that went right across the state, right over Tampa, basically, this morning. And but we're not really no worse for wear here. Luckily, this one was significantly less powerful than Ian was. Ian was just flat nasty, and it basically 100 miles south of me, everything got leveled, and that was like a month ago. And that had some widespread damage all the way up through Georgia and like North Carolina. I mean, that just a really nasty thing Ian was. So luckily, Nicole, while it still had some power and it did do some damage to the east coast of Florida, it wasn't nearly as bad as it could have been. It was a Cat 1, but a low Cat 1 storm. So still powerful, but we just felt a little bit of wind here in the Tampa area. I mean, I say a little bit, is that maybe we had some 50-mile-an-hour wind, but that's, I mean, in Texas, we used to get those kind of storms. So, and a lot of rain, but I think most of that has subsided by now. Maybe a little rain tomorrow, and then it's supposed to be nice over the weekend. So nothing crazy happening here in the Tampa area. So very lucky there. So we kind of dodged 2 bullets in a row. So let's hope that crap is over with. Let's hope that crap is over with for the foreseeable future, and then who knows what's going to happen next year. So anyway, one other thing I do want to mention, because I just saw a comment come across, which is ridiculous, but the bots that are on my channel right now, guys, I'm going to put this out there. If you see something asking you to go to Telegram and you comment on one of my videos, please just remember that is a bot. I don't do Telegram. I don't even know what the hell that is. But I don't do that. And basically what they're trying to do is they take a picture of my logo and they want you to think it's me asking you to go to a third-party website and then to enter a drawing. Just please remember that is a bot. I'm working with YouTube. I go through and physically take them out myself sometimes. I have to ban those things from the channel, but every video I put out, they appear again. And it's really frustrating. I'm not the only YouTuber that's having that issue. There are a lot of other guys and gals as well. But I'm trying to take care of it. But just remember, just disregard it if you see something that says RacerX Telegram, something or other. I'm not going to ask you to go to a third-party site to enter a drawing or something like that. So just disregard. So there's that piece of it. So anyway, I hit my kind of big talking points, guys. I want to jump back into the comments really quick and see who I've missed. Let's see, the Mustang Mach-E only gets 100% throttle for 5 seconds though. I did not know that. I've actually reviewed one of those. I wasn't able to go full throttle for 5 seconds. So I guess drag racing that thing would be a bit of a bummer unless it runs a 5-second quarter mile. But anyway, it did sound cool to show, but that was from my man, not you. J Bill says, why is Dodge ignoring their relationship with American Motors, who has storied muscle history? Hornet AMX, for example. Well, if I'm being honest with you, the real reason for that is because they're owned by Stellantis. Let's be honest. And Stellantis is putting a lot of pressure on Dodge to do things in a very European way. And we know that Europeans are very progressive when it comes to their EVs, their hybrids, smaller cars. That's a big reason, guys. So, I mean, it is what it is. I don't really talk about it that much, but I mean, you have to look at who their parent company is now, and you'll see, everything will start to make a little more sense for you when you look at it that way. So, but good question. Let me see here. I did see Sovereign Knight shouting out to Barbie Mopar's YouTube channel. Let's see here. I think she's got Instagram as well. Let's see here. Ehan, it says, we live, baby, we live. We certainly are. Drives a V6 convertible Mustang. I wouldn't call you that doesn't mean you're a peasant if you drive a V6. Let's be honest, guys. We all start somewhere. And I mentioned this at length. I mean, I had my time where I drove the crappiest car in the world. And then I got to drive some really cool stuff. But we all start somewhere. As long as you're enjoying your car, you're having fun with it, and it's just, that's okay. I mean, it's why they make those other trims, and not everybody has the ability to go out and spend $100 grand on a jailbreak, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, keep that in mind. There's a lot of guys out there who are, who love their Challenger RT, because maybe it's not as fast as as a Scat Pack or a Hellcat or whatever, but it's still fun to drive. And they really enjoy it. It sounds good, and there's nothing wrong with that. So anyway, I'll put it out there. Let's see. Sinister Coyote saying, hey, RacerX. Michael Turpin, happy birthday to the Marine Corps. Yes, absolutely. So we've got a holiday tomorrow, so he brings that up. Let's see here. Summer night, I saw that video. Not meant for that kind of powder. Might as well call it the Raging Bull edition. Let's see here. I've got to keep jumping down here. Oh, I wonder if he's talking about Kevin Hart. Let's see. Carbon fiber 68 B-body Chargers is Sovereign Knight. So there you go. Let me jump down some more. No for you if you want the. Oh, that's the one. See, I got to go all the way down, guys. I missed a lot of stuff here. Okay. Who else have I missed here? Mystic Zyres, is that what I'm seeing? I drive a 2006 F-150 5.4 Triton. Nothing wrong with that. Good vehicle. Ren says, I voted no on Proposition 1. Let's see here. Cisco James, RacerX ain't wrong. Well, I like to think I'm not wrong, but, it depends on who you ask. Let me grab a few more comments here, guys. What's my man Matty SRT? He says, I live in Cali and yes, voted red. How could you not? But let's see. Cali, my vote doesn't mean, but it's weird. And of course, I don't get into politics on my channel, guys, because I am a car channel, and that's a rabbit hole for me. But oh yes, we almost have 150 likes, guys. We almost got there. So at any rate, but you got to just kind of vote on the right issues, and I will just leave it at that. Think about the issues that are important to you and vote accordingly. Let's see here. What else can I find from you guys tonight? I've been, like I said, tonight is not my normal night to go live, but I wanted to come live to you guys after SEMA to just give you my thoughts, because there was a lot going on at SEMA, guys. We saw, and it's so funny, this show is so big. I kept seeing posts from other YouTubers, and I never saw him there. Like Drive Times, he was there. I never saw him. There's a bunch of guys. I'm like, dude, where are these guys at the show? But the show is massive, guys. Just halls and halls. As far as the eye can see, these halls are so big. And you literally could be there for an entire week and just walk the whole thing. And every time you walk it, you see different things that you didn't see before when you walked it. It's incredible. So anyway, let me jump down. You're all the best, says Sovereign Knight. Let's see here. Oh, okay. So Liam, you asked where where you can get merch. So right now, if you look below, all my videos, like if you're watching on PC and all that kind of stuff, you'll see I do have a Teespring site there. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. There's going to come a point here pretty soon. I'm going to work with some different merchandise vendors. A lot of people want hats and stuff like that. I have a couple really cool ideas for some hats. I know, like my man, Not You, he's got one of my custom ones, which is pretty darn cool. Even I don't have one. He's got like a one-of-a-kind one. But at any rate, visors in the store, I agree, and they don't make them. So Ren, I will definitely work on getting some more merchandise for you guys. I want to get hats. I want to get some different merch out there for you guys. But I want to do it from my website, which I've been kind of, trying to get going. I will keep you guys posted on that. It's not quite ready yet. I've got a few things to get worked out with it, but I'll keep working on it. I know a lot of you guys have wanted the merch thing, and that is one of the next things that I want to do, a subscriptions channel, and I really want to make sure that I get you guys some awesome merch that is easy for you guys to like go to my website and just order it. So these are all things that I want to work on in the background for you guys. So I will continue that journey and I will keep you posted on it. But in the meantime, you can still get some of my t-shirts, some of my sweatshirts. There's some stuff there on my Teespring site. Like I said, look at the description just below my videos and you'll see that stuff there. And I appreciate the support on the channel there as well. So good question. Let's see here. Dave's saying, unless something has changed since yesterday morning when I was at the Dealer Canada, Challenger ordering is still not open. Well, that's interesting because I know obviously the horsepower locator's up and you can order all the 2023s here in the US. I was not aware of that in Canada. So interesting point there. Let's see here. Who else did I miss? 45 Thunderbirds says my TA392 finally showed up a week ago. Left my head spinning and ran off for 57 flat. Oh my goodness. No strings. It says Stoked doesn't even describe it. Man, that's great news. Congratulations, and I hope you enjoy that thing. Be safe out there. Let's see what else here. Who have I missed here? Get her done. I like how it's spelled there. Let's see here. Someday I'll own a Challenger when the kids are older. But until then, my 19 Durango RT will make do. Just need some more power. Well, there are ways to do that, certainly. But there's nothing wrong with that. The cars are still be out there, guys. They may be used cars or whatever. But you got to kind of do it when it's right for you. Right now, with the interest rates going crazy, and a lot of the demand still being there, it's a weird time to be purchasing cars, and that's the truth of it. So right now, you really have to look hard for the right deals. You have to be willing to travel, and if that's the only way you're even going to get close to getting a good deal right now is if you're flexible, you're willing to travel, you're patient, and to do it the right way, because otherwise you're going to end up really upside down on some stuff, and the dealerships are gouging people. It's a shame. Make sure you guys sign the petition if you guys don't agree with the dealer markup. That is still something I'm working on very hard in the background. We got to keep the wave moving on that stuff, guys. So if you know somebody, anybody that cares about that, share that link to the petition, sign it. It takes all of 10 seconds. And let's keep that movement going. That petition is almost completely stalled out now, guys, at like 46,800 something. And I was really hoping to at least get it to 50,000. So I would really appreciate your support on that, continuing support on that as well. So what else do we got here, guys? I'm getting pretty close to time. Let's see here. Matty SRT saying, everyone bashes on me for my Durango. Let's see here. But when they get beat and have mad respect for me, I don't have the Hellcat. Let's see. And I don't have the Hellcat, just the 392. So when I was in Michigan, Demonology and I raced, and I had the 392 Scat Pack and wide body, and that was a Hemi Orange car, beautiful car. And he had the Durango 392, and we raced in a 30-foot race in a parking lot. He wouldn't race me in a race longer than 30 feet, but I will vouch for the fact that the 392 Durango is quick, all-wheel drive. So he definitely, in true Demonology fashion, he staged it to favor himself. But you know what? It was all in good fun. We had a good time with it, and we razzed each other quite a bit about it. We had fun. So anyway, that's all that matters. All right, guys. So here's the deal. Let me go back. I don't really have a whole lot else to cover on this. I know I missed a lot of comments. Don't be afraid to hit me up on Instagram. Like I said, follow me. And we'll continue down this journey together. I have a lot of stuff working in the background, as always, guys. That you have to be doing that. You have to be very proactive, and we'll just keep the channel growing. Like I said, go out and support some other YouTubers as well. Make sure you show them some love. Guys like OC Motivator and RT Life and some of these other folks that are out there. YouTube is doing some weird stuff right now. Their algorithm is changing. It's a little bit harder to get views for everybody right now. I don't know why, but it's I don't know what's going on with YouTube right now. There's something weird is happening with the algorithm where you have to work. You just got to put out a lot more content to achieve the same amount of views. And that's okay, but it's just there's a weird transition happening there. But you know what? My channel has been very consistent. It will probably remain very consistent. I appreciate everybody out there in terms of your support. My man Sovereign Knight putting all those links up there for you guys, so they're all right there in the chat. So that's definitely a big help. But once again, I do want to mention you guys are very, each and every one of you guys is my core subscriber group. Very important to me. Continue to reach out to me on Instagram with your questions, your comments, all that good stuff, your video ideas. I need that kind of stuff. If you guys see interesting articles, send them to me. Because sometimes I'll take that and it will make a cool video out of it. And some of my best videos have been with your suggestions. So thank you guys again for your continued support. It is a weird world out there. We got winter storms up in the north part of the country, hurricanes down in the south. We got political stuff everywhere. And I mean, it's just, there's a lot going on. This is our opportunity to be car people, to kind of come together as a big, car family and just enjoy a little bit of time. And I just, like I said, I really appreciate it. Remember to always hold your families tight. Remember what's important out there. Prioritize that stuff. And guys, I will catch you on the next one. It's been a good one. Thank you all so much. Till next time, RacerX.